everyone, Britt and Chris Carmichael here, bringing you the Elevated Life series, where we teach you simple mindset shifts to create radical transformation in your life. And in lieu of it being, well, in lieu means instead of, right? It was Valentine's Day yesterday, and in conjunction to that, there's the right word,
Perfect.
We are going to be talking about 5 ways to take your relationship from good to great. And we're so excited to join you today. Valentine's Day was a big buzz yesterday with a lot of people that were single, or, they said, oh, it's Single Awareness Day. But, here's the thing. You have the ability to cultivate good relationships. And if you're not in one, then it's important for you to work on yourself. But if you are in a relationship and you want to take it to the next level, we're going to share 5 tips on how you can turn it from good to great.
Yes, and also at the same time, for one, hello everybody. Love seeing you from Michigan. Great to see everybody. Hello, Julia.
Wow.
This applies to everybody. So I realize we're a male-female couple, but if you have a partner and you're not male-female or however it works for you, same tips. So if we use those words and those pronouns, it's totally fine. Just change them in your mind. Everything will be okay.
It's a disclaimer from an email we received today.
Yeah, hey, this works for everybody. It's not heterosexual specific. So whatever that means for you.
If it's a relationship with your dog, whatever. Except maybe not tip number 5.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, let's dive in. And actually, before we do, say hello. Where are you watching from? Is this your first time tuning in live? We love hearing from you, so keep this interactive. Ask questions along the way. If we hit a trigger, let us know so we can help guide you through that emotional relief and change, right?
Yeah, and big truth, our relationship sucked for the first, let's say, year and a half. It was definitely a big thumbs down. And we came to a point where we realized, I didn't sign up for this kind of stuff. It was just, it was almost like you're on this roller coaster, and the good times felt great, but the bad times just felt horrible, where you're just kind of at each other all the time and nothing seems to be working out, and it's just stressful, and you feel like, I got into this thing to have fun and to improve my life and to be connected with somebody that I can really fall in love with and do great things with. Like, what are we doing? And so it was these 5 things that really sort of turned the corner for us. They're basic and simple decisions to make, but they're extremely profound and they're extremely powerful.
Yeah, and the first one is to commit 100%. Are you someone who's in a relationship and you're 1 foot in and 1 foot out the door? If so, then you're going to be stuck in this limbo state where you're never actually thriving in your relationship, but you're also feeling stuck in a relationship that you might want to get out of. So here's your invitation. If you're on the fence right now, either go all in or go all out. Commit 100%.
And be honest with your partner about it. Like Britt said, 1 foot in and 1 foot out is really tough to maintain. What you end up doing is telegraphing to your partner through your words, through your thoughts, and through your body language that it's not going to last. And so when you walk into a place and you say those words, I love you, that we all like to say, but sometimes don't always show, they're going to know it, they're going to feel it, and they're going to let that relationship start to dissolve as well.
So commit 100%, whether that means in or out, it's time to get off the fence. The second tip to take your relationship from good to great is to become their #1 fan. Woo! Oh,
it's true. Yeah.
You've got to be their biggest cheerleader, because here's the thing. We all struggle with self-doubt. We're always not sure if we're doing the right thing or if we're doing a good job, and we all feel underappreciated and undervalued. It doesn't matter who you are. We all have those feelings. So if you're in a partnership, be that person that lifts them up, support them, celebrate them, encourage them. Even if they're doing it shitty, who cares? Tell them they're doing an amazing job. Be their #1 cheerleader.
Yeah, this part is so important because we're all going through struggles. It's going to happen. Life is going to happen. You're going to go out there and you're going to stumble a bunch. I mean, the way to success is always through failure. And as you're going through that failure, and as your partner is going through that failure, it's so nice to have that caring, loving voice that comes in and just says, hey, look, it's okay. I'm going to help pick you up. This is totally fine. I'm going to get you up. We're going to get back on the horse. We're going to start riding again. I'm here for you. I'm here to support you. And I love you. And constantly being that #1 fan will show them, damn, I haven't had this kind of love and support and attention. Most people just kind of fade away. And so that will really take that relationship to the next level.
That's so good. I want to know, could you increase the support and the celebration and the, I don't know, like, I was going to say camaraderie, but that's not, I don't know, that could be the right word in your relationship, because it is about building a friendship and then infusing it with intimacy, right? So be their number one fan. Could you give a little bit more to your partner? Make sure after this video, call them, text them, video chat them, whatever you got to do. Go give them a hug and a kiss and let them know how much you appreciate them.
Just tell them, hey, you're doing a great job. I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. That can be so meaningful. The third thing is to be present. Oh my gosh, so often if we go out to eat, what you see is two beautiful people sitting next to each other. They look perfect, and at least one of them, if not both of them, are sitting on the phone. So the third thing is to make sure you're present. When they start talking about their day, I mean, look at this. This is what it feels like, you know, you're talking
not even
to.
doing anything,
and you can tell.
It's so funny.
A lot of times, it's such a disconnect. It's like, hey, you're really important to me. I want to spend my whole life with you. But really what's important is for me to scroll on my feed the whole time while you're talking. And what does that say to the person? It says, you're way less meaningful than this freaking phone is. So make sure that you stay present with them. Listen to them and listen to understand. Don't listen to be right.
One of the things that we implement in our relationship every day is before I come home from the salon or when we're done with our work or whatever it may be for the day, we always take a walk, no cell phones. We leave them away or we just don't get them out, whatever they got to do, put them in jail, right? No cell phones. And we talk to each other. How was your day? What was going on? What was the best part? Did you have any crappy experiences? What was going on? So we actually stay present, we communicate and engage, and we always do this before we go into our house. So this is really important to clear that space so that you are present with them. We always take a walk outside, or we make sure that we do it before we go into our home, because you all know that once you cross through the threshold of your front door, your clothes come off and you start to relax and you get in your normal wind down routine. And if being present with your partner isn't a part of that routine, then you're gonna miss so much deep connection with your partner in just a short period of time. It takes just 5 minutes, 10 minutes to walk around the block and share our day with each other. And that way we know we're on the same page. And that also allows us to clear all the crazy from the workday and allow it to be just about us.
Yeah, and the great part about walking is that you're walking beside each other looking forward. And if you think about it, that's the way you're going in life, is you want to be beside each other looking forward together. You're not in conflict facing each other and then yelling at each other or doing those kind of things like a lot of people come inside the house and face each other to interact. It's really beautiful to walk outside and be able to look out into nature or wherever it is and be able to have that kind of conversation without the conflict.
You know, being present really piggybacks into our tip number 4, and that is to have a weekly check-in. Chris and I call it updating the rules. And every week we get together on the same day and we ask ourselves, what could improve in our life, in our relationship, in my own personal experience, in your experience, and then our experience together. Are we eating right? Are we working out the way that we want to be doing? Are we doing everything we know we want to be doing to its fullest potential? And if we're slacking in a certain area, these weekly check-ins allow us to communicate and say, hey, you know what? I really need more love and touches from you, or I really need more support, or I just need you to listen to my crazy right now. So have a weekly check-in with your partner. You can call it whatever you want, but we call it updating the rules.
Yeah, and the big deal here is not to get defensive, because a lot of times what people feel is personally attacked. When they say, hey, I need more of this or I need more of that, the other person may feel, well, I'm not giving it and I'm just a failure and I'm not good at relationships. And that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about listening to your partner's needs and going, okay, I can do that. I'm definitely there. Maybe I didn't do that before. Go with whatever it is that they're saying, because they're telling you, they're asking for what they need. The big way to do this is to say, how would you rate our relationship the last week? We always do it like from a 1 to 10 scale. And whatever the number is, you always ask the question afterward, what can we do to make it better? Like, what would we have had to do this week to make our relationship go up just one more number? Like, how can we take it from a 6 to a 7? How can we take it from a 7 to an 8? And then start implementing that the next week.
Love it. And if you have a partner that you know, like everyone's saying, I needed this message, then that must mean you're in a relationship. So go ahead and tag your partner in the comments below. Let them tune into this message so that you guys are both on the same page. Let's all check in together.
Yeah, being on the same page makes it so much easier.
So much easier. So the last tip to take your relationship from good to great is to increase intimacy, because without intimacy, you're just friendship. It's just a friendship, just like we talked about. But you do want to build that friendship first, and then you infuse that intimacy, and it takes it from this okay, good relationship to an incredible relationship. Chris and I had sex all the time in the beginning, but it wasn't intimate. So when I say increase your intimacy, it's not just have more sex, but it's again about more loving touches, about more presence. We could be together and not have any sex or any what you would call a sexual act, and have so much intimate connection, the way that we look at each other, the energy and emotions that we're feeling on the inside, and sending that out to each other. It's so cool if you just take a moment and you face your partner, like look at each other and just stare at each other. Don't say a word, and do it until it becomes so uncomfortable, because that's where the growth happens.
Yeah, I love this. And intimacy really is that deeper connection. Like Britt said, intimacy is something that you do with your partner. It's not necessarily something that you do with your next friend. And so what you want to be doing is talking, looking at them in a certain way, thinking of them in a certain way. Anything can be intimate. It's that intention. It's looking at your partner with those loving eyes and telling them, you mean so much to me. You matter so much to me. Holy smokes, I'm in love with you. I'm almost going to fall off my chair because it feels so good.
Fall off my unicorn.
Yeah, so it's about getting into that mindset and showing them, demonstrating that. This is about showing love, not saying it. We've all read all the cards. We've all said I love you at the end of conversations, and it just came out automatic. There wasn't any feeling behind it. This is getting back to that feeling part where you remind your partner, I freaking love you, but you do it with what you do and not with what you say. Show them I love you, because it's so easy to do at the beginning of a relationship because we want to get in that relationship. But the second that we're in it, we forget about it. We go, oh, well, they're already with us, so we'll just go on and do whatever crazy crap we want to do, instead of allowing them to say, oh my gosh, my partner just did so. They held my hand. They just sat there while I talked about my day. They didn't interrupt me. They didn't get on that phone. The intimacy is so important.
I want to know which tip stood out to you the most today. Which one do you need to increase more in your relationship or focus on to take it from good to great? These are simple shifts, just like we teach in the Elevated Life. Simple shifts that make a huge impact. Everything that we've shared with you today, commit 100%, become their #1 fan, be present, weekly check-in, and increase your intimacy. All of these things are simple. Would you agree with that? Say, like, I agree, this is simple. I can do this. Let me know that you can do this. It's just about making those subtle shifts and actually putting in a little bit more emotion and effort into your relationship. It'll make all the difference. And small little bits over time build to this tremendous foundation that you guys can stand on together, a firm foundation, so that you feel supported, that you feel loved, and you know that you signed up for this partnership because they're your #1. He, she, whatever. Who cares? Whatever part you have, whoever you love, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you show up first for yourself and then for your partner.
Boom.
Damn. Mic drop. So let us know in the comments below which tip resonated most with you and what you're going to do to make some changes in your relationship. Dana says, I definitely have been showing up as my husband's biggest fan lately. I struggled doing that for a while, but now I cheer him and am very loving.
Wow.
I love it. I so love these tips. She says, thank you guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Elevated Life. You know, I started thinking about Valentine's Day, and every single month there's another holiday for us to spend more money and create more awareness around some certain topic. But here's the thing, don't let these silly traditions or holidays or Hallmark created money-making marketing schemes make you feel less than or less than worthy, because you are amazing. And if you're single and you're like, I don't care about this message because I'm not in a relationship, that's your first problem. Just to be honest, you've got to learn how to love, and you've got to learn how to show up in a relationship. Nobody teaches us that growing up. So these tips will help you to build a better relationship, whether it's a romantic partner or even your friendships, because you can be intimate in your friendships. You can share deep, vulnerable stories that create a deeper bond. So this can be used in any type of relationship that you're in.
Oof.
I know,
Listen,
right?
have a great Friday.
Yay.
Celebrate the people in your life. Call your mom and let her know that you love her. Tell everybody happy Valentine's Day. Say, look, you mean a lot to me. You're important in my life. I'm thinking about you. and wish you the best.
Yes, and we love you, and we are here to support you. So if you need anything from us, if you have any burning questions, feel free to reach out, shoot us a message. We love answering and helping you through those transformations in your life. If you know someone who needs this message, please tag them or share this video, and we will see you guys next Friday for the Elevated Life series.
Bye, guys.
Bye.